Hello again. Welcome. Let me set this up. I think we're good. I think we got it. All right. How is everybody's week? It's been busy for me personally. Why is my chat not showing up? Let me try to get. I don't know what is going on. Why it is not showing up. You know, every time I think I have this stuff figured out, there we go. I think everybody's got to prove me wrong. Man, I guess let's go small. They changed some stuff on me. The last time. No. That is also not it. You're lagging? It's always something. You know, whenever you think you're ahead of the game, it's I don't even think I need that. Nope, too big. Oh god. Of course. Sorry about this, guys. This is it was not like this last week. Man. It's always something. You know, you think that you've got it figured out, and just like that, it something happens. Oh, that kind of did something. I think every other time I've done this, my picture is smaller. John, is the leg any better for you, man? I'm hoping that we've got it fixed. I think we got it. I'll ask again. I think this is as good as it gets. How's everybody doing? What's new? This week is fun. We did some pretty big upgrades at our store. You know, I almost considered not going live this week because I really wanted to continue to work on those things at the store. It's something I've been wanting to do for a really freaking long time. But oh man, I hate this freaking chair. There we go. It's amateur hour to say the least today. I don't know. John, let me just make sure it's not a me problem. Guess let's check Facebook Live and make sure that is. Okay. I did check. It looks like everything is running smoothly. Fingers crossed. But anything can change. clearly anything can change because this freaking this layout where the chat is over my face now. I'm gonna just move over here. Better. I don't know why it's doing this. I feel like last stream was like too good. You know what I mean? It something's gotta change. You know. Oh, dude, Brian, I'm sorry I didn't say anything about your comment, man. It's for some reason the streaming services they don't sync up with some of the platforms that we're on. Like for instance, I know that Twitch doesn't always show up on the chat. YouTube doesn't always show up on the chat. Facebook usually is always giving me issues. I don't know why Facebook is always the one, but thanks, Zuckerberg. But yeah, no, it's it seems like every time I log in, there's a different change that this app has made. Which I mean, I like it. The thing that is most convenient for me is having the ability to stream multiple platforms at once. So, hey Kale, I've got Facebook open on a separate tab now, so hopefully I actually see Facebook as it comes through. Internet has been really slow lately. I don't know why. Like, dude, just on the way home, trying to listen to Apple Music even was a nightmare. Like, it was just like really skippy, really jumpy. Stuff was not loading right, which is really annoying when you're trying to listen to a song, by the way, because you get to like your favorite part and it's just like and just goes insane. But no, it's good to see that we got some views. This is the one thing I look forward to every week, is just being able to sit down with everybody and just talk, hang out, do one of my favorite things, sign my record. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who do know, I'm just gonna tell you anyway. I recently, in the last couple of years, have been working on. I mean, since I was a kid, I've been trying to get into the music scene, but over the last couple of years, I just decided to go for it, and I made a record. I've played some shows. I've been up to a lot of stuff. Launched a music video. That was a lot of fun for me. The music video was just kind of something I'd always wanted to do. It was one of those like just goals and dreams that I had that I was for sure going to make happen one day. And I found a guy in Milwaukee actually, and I looked over his work. 10 out of 10. This guy has worked with some big bands that I loved. He did a live set for the band Ice Nine Kills at their Milwaukee Warped Tour. And that really just captivated me, seeing that performance, because I was at that show. So I remember the show very fondly. I was very excited about it. It was just one of those things that I was like, I want to work with this guy just because he's worked with Ice Nine Kills. So that was a big one for me. And I got in contact with the guy, and I sent him my pitch, my ideas, and immediately he got back to me and was just like, hey, let's shoot a music video. And you know, the rest is history. Hopefully you guys have seen the video. If you guys haven't seen the video, please, when you get a chance, head over to YouTube. Just look up All Black Horizon, and it should be one of the first things that populates. But once you find the channel, it'll be easy to see that video. We had a lot of fun with that one. A lot of special effects. It was the hottest day of the entire year. And let me tell you, we felt it. So the studio that we were in it's actually a video studio. It's designed and built for filming short films, music videos, just doing photography shoots. Shout out to our friend Pep. Pep owns a studio there in Milwaukee. Super cool guy, really fun to work with. He had just about every prop that you could possibly imagine. And I am really sad that we didn't use any of them. Okay, this is the thing I don't like about this new layout for the chat is now everybody's names are too small. Let's see if we can. You know what? We're just gonna go large and in charge. Hey, Sean, what's going on, man? With the music video, it was a lot of fun in the sense that we were able to just do whatever we wanted with this thing. It was any idea that I had, I could just bring to the guy filming this, and he was just like, let's do it. Like, if that's an idea that you have and that's something that you want to incorporate into this, let's just make it happen. So cool thing, my wife was actually able to be in the video. We had some people lined up and some things fell through. It was supposed to be a little bit bigger, more dynamic of a video. We were supposed to have an entire crowd rally towards the end of the video. It was just going to be a big performance shot with just a bunch of like moshing, fan, crazy energy. Unfortunately, we had to reschedule due to some unforeseen circumstances. And with that reschedule, a lot of the people who were slated to be in that music video, unfortunately, weren't able to make it. So we had to kind of rewrite the script a little bit and do some improv, more or less. But that gave me the chance to do a little bit more with the costume designs and things. So I'm actually very grateful that we were able to reschedule and get that bigger time window for sure. This was a discussion of last week, but again, there's some new people in here who weren't here last week. What do you call your Powerades and your Gatorades? That is blue. Right there. That is blue. That is not... what the hell is it? Mixed berry. It is not mixed berry. It is blue. If you say it is mixed berry and not blue, you are incorrect. It is definitely mixed berry. Okay, see, I'm glad that I'm not the only one who does the color thing. Like, I mean, granted, I know it's a pretty like large by community that does the color thing, but it's stuck with me. So this is a new name that I have not seen in the chat before. Welcome. I thank you for taking time out of your day to join the live. I really hope that you are having a good time and that I can hopefully make you laugh, or you take one of the stories that I say and you like it. Maybe it changes. Maybe my music changes something in your life for the better, the worse, whatever. But I appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here and comment too. That's the biggest thing, is I want to really focus on getting more engagement in these things. Part of why I do this is, definitely, I'll be honest, lead singer ego, for sure. I've always been under the mentality that I am the shit. And I think a lot of that stems from just shitty childhood. I always wanted to be a musician. I always wanted to be this big, popular, and important person. And I was always just ridiculed and criticized and pushed down for having those beliefs. And so I think once I started to see some level of success to that as an adult, that it definitely created that ego and that drive to want to continue to do more. So if at any point I come off with a bad ego, I do apologize. Check me. Like, keep me in check. Sometimes we all just need a little bit of an ego check, and especially singers. It used to be guitarists years ago. It used to be the guitar player was the big egotistical guy with his thumb up his ass, and it's all about the chicks. But I feel like a lot of over the years, the lead singer energy is kind of taken over in a bad way. But I guess too, like, if you look at it through my perspective, I'm a one-man band. So I guess I have all of the worst characteristics. I have bass player energy, I've been told. I'm a bass player in a lead singer's body. That was one of the ones I was told by a good friend of mine, that Never fails to make me laugh, by the way. Like, having a good sense of humor is everything. I see our numbers have gone up. Welcome everybody into the chat. Gavin, what's up, man? No, it's super fun to do this. So again, I just can't thank you guys enough for taking time out of your day to be here and hang out with me. If there's any questions that you have, thank you. I super appreciate that. It's Sean plays the is mayonnaise an instrument? I gotta say, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to hear that you've never seen me with a bad ego. My wife will tell you that it does happen from time to time. She tries to keep me in check pretty often, but I do have to be honest, and this may be part of the whole ego thing. I see your name as Artemis the D'Artagnan. I hope I said that correctly. I am very out of sorts with, I believe, Game of Thrones. I want to say it's a Game of Thrones reference. No, that's Targaryen. But who are you to be forward? Because you've never seen me with a bad ego, which means you've seen me before. So, StarCraft, okay. StarCraft checks out. I used to do a lot of Warcraft back in the day myself. That was my big game of choice back when. I was never any good at it. I wish I could tell you that I was, but I sucked. It was not good. But like all my friends were into it, so it was one of those things that we'd all get done with school growing up, and we'd just get together. And is it Aaron? Aaron, you're a regular customer at my store. You play the guitar. Man, that's tough. Okay, Aaron, I didn't know that you played. That's sick, dude. I knew that you had followed me on Twitch, but usually I see you coming through on Facebook. That's the one. So to see your Twitch handle kind of threw me for a bit of a loop. Dude, Cal, she does. She puts up with a lot of shit. Between all of the shows, which she's been phenomenal with, by the way. She's a little stressed out at first, just like you. I hate going to the airport with that woman. I love her to death, but like her need to always be ahead of the game with planning and everything else. As some of you know, I smoke cigarettes, and getting to an airport 5 hours early and not being able to leave TSA when you smoke is just a nightmare. The first time we ever went on vacation, I tried to get those those Zyn pouches, and I got one that was way too strong in nicotine, and it just knocked me on my ass. Hey Terry, how's it going, man? But for those of you guys who are not showing up in the chat, I do apologize. Again, I do not know why. That's why I keep a lot of the tabs open and stuff, so I can actually make sure that I'm responding. Dude, that's the best way to do it. Like, I'll be honest, a music career isn't for everybody. If it wasn't such a big passion of mine for some reason or another, I probably wouldn't even do it. But that sounds terrible. I would. I do love what I do, but music is a really good hobby for people to have. It's a lot of fun. It's a very fulfilling thing to do in your free time. Because especially when you have that one song that you're trying to learn on guitar or drums or bass or any instrument that you're playing, it feels incredible when you finally find the way to play it the way that you want to, and that's correct. And I'm not saying that the way that it's written is correct or incorrect, but everybody learns at their own pace. You could find a way to transpose a song, and it sounds stellar. It's just the best thing you've ever done. Um, it might not be the correct way to play it, but it's still a really amazing, almost cathartic experience for, for you as a person. Uh, if it's a hobby, a career, whatever it is, just because it's a milestone. It's something that you can accomplish in your daily life. But no, that's awesome, dude. I had no idea that that you played, and that, dude, good for you. Um, Continue to play. If there's any advice that I have for anybody watching, um, if there's a hobby that you want to do, if there's anything that you want to pursue in life, don't be afraid to pick it up and try it. Failure is part of the human condition. You will never get everything right your first time. I sucked at music when I first started. I found a couple of demo songs that I'd worked on way back in the day that I thought, as a kid, I thought they were the coolest thing ever. I was like, yeah, these are gonna make the sickest record ever. Like, they're gonna be amazing. And listening to them now, I want to gouge out my own ears. I don't even want to think about listening to it ever again. It was very rough. But I listen to the stuff now, and it's a lot of growth. And so I don't think I ever would have gotten to the point that I'm at now with music if I hadn't had all those failures before. So if you want to pick up guitar, if you want to pick up drums, if you want to do anything, just do it. Just give it a try. The worst thing that can happen is you get frustrated, you give up on it for a little while, and then you revisit it later. Dude, Terry, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Dude, yeah, man, that was my favorite part about the band room, was just being able to go in there and pretty much just play whatever. Like, just being able to go in there and rip up the drums was a lot of fun for me. We had some really shitty band teachers, and that is why I never pursued band as an actual high school career. But it was still fun to just spend all my free time in there. And Makowski's. Aaron, I have a few. My favorite guitarist of all time, I would have to give the distinction to Jake Pitts. And I mean, for a lot of you guys who know, I mean, it's inked all over my body. Black veil ink everywhere. But Jake Pitts of Black Veil Brides was the first guitarist that inspired me to really pick up a guitar and actually try to play. I'm still no good at it. I feel like I've been doing it for nice. My wife is playing Fortnite right now, and she's got the crown win, so that's always impressive. It's a big thing that we try to do regularly. But no, Jake Pitts, hearing the guitar work on the first Black Veil Brides record, dude, it really just captivated me. Like, I'd never heard a guitarist with such precision and creativity, and this guy just played and wrote what. And then too, I mean, seeing him live for the first time, that band made me just want to continue to do music. The first time I ever met those guys, I approached them and told them, I'm going to be a musician one day. Almost, I feel bad, like in hindsight, like I just walked up to these guys and was like, I'm coming for your job. But it was never that way. Like, I never meant it to be malicious. As terrible as it probably sounded, coming from little me, basically telling them that I was gonna do what they do and do it better. I can never do it better. Dude, man, karaoke was a lot of fun. Cal, let me tell you, I kind of want to go back and do more of that. My wife's not a super big fan of karaoke night, and also just going out and drinking in general. Like, she's not as big of a fan of it as she used to be. But we used to have a really good time just letting loose, and we've had one too many hangovers in our time, and it's kind of fixed us a little bit. I'm so glad that Miranda, I'm so glad that you got him to love Black Veil. They were a pivotal part of I met you at a Black Veil show. and we became very good friends. These guys is like, I think that's my favorite part about this band too, is it's never just been about the music. I mean, it is, but I've seen them so many times live, and I continue to go and see them. They're actually coming to Madison this year, and I plan on seeing the show, even though I've already seen it, God, more than 20 times at least. Every show is different than the last, and the friendships that I've made from these shows, they will follow me forever, even if I've lost them, even if I've lost like contact with some of them. These guys always have a way of finding me again later in life, or I have a way of finding them in life. It is super cool to have made so many friends just going to a Black Veil show and being like, oh my God, you love these guys just as much as I do? Let's talk about that. Dude, I haven't either, Cal. It's been a long time. God, the last time I did karaoke. So also too, to preface the white thing, almost every time we go on vacation anywhere, we'll go to Las Vegas or we'll go on a cruise or something. I want to show everybody just how cool I am, and my first suggestion is let's go to karaoke, because I just want to get up on the stage and sing for people. Like, that would be awesome. It'd be cool to see you guys at the show, officially meet your husband rather than just seeing Facebook happenings. I think it's going to be a really fun show. I guess too, to preface Black Veil shows and just kind of how big of an impact that they've had for me personally is so this is one of my favorite stories to tell people. I think this is quite possibly the biggest flex in my life. We just got wrecked by All Might.
Yeah.
Detroit smashed. You don't get that, but other people will.
Finish your dang story.
So back in, I think it was 23, we were taking our first ever trip to Vegas. Actually, no, it wasn't our first trip. I think it was like our second. So we were taking our second trip to Vegas, and it was completely unplanned. It was actually in the same year as the first time we had went. We were heading back because nerd me, I own a game store, TCG game store, not to be confused with like GameStop or any of, not that those are bad stores, but so we own a TCG store, and Magic the Gathering was turning 30, so they were having a huge shindig party in Las Vegas. So naturally, as store owners, my wife and I were like, let's go to Magic 30. It's going to be a good opportunity to meet some people, find some stellar product that we aren't really able to find normally, and like bring it back for our customers. This will be a cool, good time. And so we bought our tickets, and then we realized that the biggest festival in emo history, I think, or alternative, to be a little bit more correct, in alternative history was happening. It was the When We Were Young festival, the very first one. And there was a lot of controversy surrounding that festival because everybody thought it was fake, because none of the bands that were on the show even knew that they were playing this show. I actually will kind of come back to that bridge in a minute here, but none of the bands knew that they were playing the When We Were Young festival, and so a lot of people were like, oh, it's fake, it's a hoax, it's whatever. So people were offloading their tickets like crazy. The first day got canceled because of a huge windstorm, which, for any of you guys familiar with Las Vegas, you know that windstorms and other weather-induced disasters are pretty common over there. So it got winded out completely. They had to rebuild the festival grounds for the next day. The next day it happened, but people were still skeptical about the second weekend that they had booked up because the first one went off so successfully. They're like, there's no way that both weekends are real. One of the weekends and one of the days is real. There's no way. So we got lucky. We hit up to StubHub, and on StubHub we find 2 tickets for I think like $150 for the 2 tickets, which is insane because these tickets retailed at like $600. So anyway, we bought the tickets and we were in Vegas. we decided one night to go out and just kind of check out the downtown Vegas scene. And we happened to walk into a bar. God, I can't even remember the name of this bar.
Corduroy.
I wanted to say Corduroy, but I was like, that feels wrong. So we walked into this bar called the Corduroy. Nice. Dude, John, that Star Wars card game is pretty sick. We do a lot with that. So we ended up going to this bar called the Corduroy. I walk in and I tell the wife, I'm like, hey, like, can you grab us each a drink? I'll be right back. I gotta hit the bathroom. I walk in the bathroom and immediately seen. So I guess a little bit of like prior story, like just a little quick segue to this is I knew I was going to When We Were Young. I knew I was going to be in Vegas, one of my favorite cities in the world. And so I was running a TikTok campaign. I posted on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere I could. I posted, day one of trying to get Black Veil Brides to let me sing with them at the When We Were Young Fest. Day 2, day 3, day 4, whatever. And I would tag them in it all the time. So now here's me walking into this bathroom in this Vegas bar. And who do I see other than Christian Coma, the drummer for Black Veil Brides? I fangirl a little bit. I try to, keep composure. But I'm just like, hey, man, holy shit. And to my surprise, he was actually excited to see me. He was like, dude, I've seen your videos. Like, it's so awesome. Like, I love that you're doing this. It's such a cool thing, whatever. And I was like, just blown away. I thought that was the craziest thing in the world. And I was like, dude, thank you. Holy shit. Like, this is the last thing I expected to see walking into a bar in Vegas. Like, wow. And he actually invited us to come and have drinks with him. It was him and his wife, a couple of their techs that were working with them on the festival. And it was super cool. We actually, he liked my vest that I was wearing. I was wearing a really cool, like, studded red vest. I thought I was, like, super, super boss. And he actually asked if we could trade shirts, and we did that. I gave him my vest. He gave me his really nice, probably very expensive suit jacket. And I was very afraid that I was going to hulk out of this thing because he is such a small guy compared to me, because I got some beef on me. But yeah, no, it was super cool, and it was a night I'll never forget. And we stay in contact a little bit. It's not like I'm like talking to him every day, but I've actually been guest listed to a few of the shows and stuff, and like that is. I used to tell people my biggest like bucket list item was to be guest listed by a band. And I always expected it to be some like, lower tier, like just starting out touring band, like Dark Divine or some of those guys who are just going out on their first headlining tour now. I never would have expected that it would be the band that I, modeled my career after and been idolized since I was a kid. Dude, the hotels for When We Were Young were insane. The only reason we were able to get our hotel the way that we did is we had booked it so far in advance before some of these like big events and stuff were announced. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have done it either. With the resort fees and everything else that they charge in Vegas, it makes it really hard to go out there sometimes. I know some of the locals often say that that's one of the things that they wish they could change about Vegas is all the resort fees and stuff. Sean, I'd love to play some more. It's a pretty stellar game. I like that it plays more like chess and board games than it does to... Dude, hit up a show sometime, man. Like, I guess that's my biggest piece of advice is if you ever want to meet some of these guys, just hit up their shows. Most of these musicians actually love the chance to interact with their fans. So I mean, a lot of times they'll hang outside their buses and things after shows, just to meet people, say hi, maybe sign some stuff. That's how I've met a lot of people that I've met. I met Austin Carlisle, formerly of Mice and Men, just outside of the bus at a show. I've met all the members of Black Veil over the years, just hanging out after the show with friends or whatever else. God, I'm trying to think of some of the other musicians that I've met over the years. I've met the guys from Dark Divine. Those guys are super nice, very cool. Wife, what are some other musicians that we've met together?
Well, we met This Wild Life.
What's that?
That we met This Wild Life.
Oh yeah, we met the guys from This Wild Life at Warped Tour.
We came as Romans, rest in peace.
We came as Romans, rest in peace, Kyle.
You met
MGK in Vegas.
Yeah, and
Ben
Bruce.
Ben Bruce. Spencer Charnas. That was a really cool one. He signed my Freddy mask. We were at Rock USA in Oshkosh in 2019 before the world went to shit, before the Fire Nation attacked. And I got a chance to meet Spencer. I was wearing a really cool Freddy Krueger mask that I bought for Halloween, and I wore it through most of their set, regardless of wanting to die. I just decided to commit to it. Selling the tickets and going to Disneyland, not a bad call. I'll be honest, most of the shows that were there at When We Were Young that year were almost impossible to get up to the stage for. It was pretty much like you had to camp there the day before to actually get a good spot. The only reason we were able to get such good spots for Motionless, Black Veil, and Ink was they were on one of the side stages. No shit, get out of here. Paul Stanley at Disneyland? That is super freaking cool. We actually had Kiss came to my hometown, actually. They came to Crandon, Wisconsin, of all places, and they played our races. And the next day, Gene Simmons was out on a tour promoting his vodka brand that he was trying to put out, the Moneybags vodka. And I was actually able to meet him. It was one of my friends owns the wine bar that was next door to the brewery that he was at, and she was like, "Hey, just like come hang out, outside my place. I'm sure you'll get a chance to meet him." And unfortunately, he wasn't able to do any signings except for vodka bottles. So I have a signed Moneybags vodka bottle, but that's it. That was the only thing I was able to take away from that experience. Dude, I would have melted into a puddle. Like, there's a few celebrities that I think I would just die if they walked past me. And Paul Stanley and Nikki Sixx are definitely two of those celebrities that I would just die to meet. For those of you guys without context, by the way, these responses are coming from the Facebook chat. It's for some reason, again, for some of you guys who weren't here earlier, for some reason, the system that I work with doesn't always perfectly translate all of the information that it receives correctly. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Miranda, if you have not listened to the debut All Black Horizon record, I think you're gonna like this one as a fan of Black Veil. As this is my cover that I did for Sweet Blasphemy. Honestly, I think it's still one of my least favorite songs on the record, even though it's like one of my favorite songs in real life for sure. Like outside of my own record and my own stuff, I think Sweet Blasphemy is easily in my top 5 Black Veil songs. It's definitely one of my favorite songs to play live. I've had other artists in the industry call me, wannabe and pathetic and embarrassing and whatever, for my love and admiration for this band. But fuck those guys. Like truly, it's something I do for fun, and it's paying homage to the people that made me want to do it in the first place. I like to feel like I found a good balance for it. There's definitely times where I feel like I trend a little too close to that territory, and I really try to distance myself from that. Dude, Cal, that's sick. I bet those guys were a lot of fun to hang out with and party with for sure. But, you know, I try to distance myself from the becoming just another carbon copy and being just like them, which is insanely hard to do. As an artist, it's really hard to find your niche and your own sound, your own voice, your own abilities. So I appreciate those guys paving the way and making it easy for me. But if there's one thing I never want to be, it's just a carbon copy ripoff of another act. It's definitely one thing to pull inspiration and influence in things from these guys that you look up to. But I never want to be the next insert band name here of somebody who directly ripped off somebody. I have an artist in mind, but I'm not going to drop names. When you drop names, that's when stuff gets messy. But there's a modern day music act that's going on tour soon, and they've definitely stolen a lot of material from other hardworking artists. And it's not even like they tried to hide it either. Like, some of these guys are just like, here's this exact riff, this exact drum pattern, like here's like the exact cadence, and then they'll just be like, oh, several drum tracks are the same and guitar, and like, true. Like, I mean, you make that argument for Unholy Confession, Knives and Pens. There's like 4 other songs on that list that I can't even think of right now. But they all sounded very similar because they were used with the same chord progressions, the same timing, you know, it's several different things that kind of factor into that. But again, a lot of that leads to these guys who were inspired by these other musicians, and they are paying respect. It's their way of saying, like, you inspired me, you paved the way. I want to show that you were the one who inspired me and made me want to do this. There's definitely a fine line to walk there, but I think that is, like, especially in the case of Unholy Confessions and Knives and Pens, like, those 2 songs were very similarly different, if that makes sense. I know it's a little bit of like an oxymoron, but like, they were so similar, but they also had their differences, and I think that's why people latch on to one version or another so hard. I didn't realize how long we'd been going and what the time was, but wow. I appreciate you guys sticking this out with me. This is always a lot of fun. I guess this is a fun part of the night to see if you guys have any questions. Not even necessarily about like music or me or my interests. I've already gone over that. We'll save those for next week. I only have 10 left.
Okay.
I only have 10 records left to sign for you guys. I was going to sign more, but this stream has been so fun and so interactive that, yeah, I totally forgot to sign the records. I took them out, though. I have my whole stack of records that I was going to sign in number, but I already have 1 through 90. If you haven't picked up a copy of the record and you would like to, you know, if any of the songs that you hear on the live stream tickle your fancy and you are like, wow, how do I get a physical copy of that? Do I have news for you? Yeah, dude, absolutely. I actually have copies at the store too. So all the copies that I have are signed and numbered. They're 1 through 100 serialized. So I've been letting people pick their numbers. I will say I've actually sold through quite a bit of the honestly, a lot of the popular numbers. You know, 69 was immediately before I even did this project. I announced it, and somebody was like, "I volunteer as tribute," and took 69 right away. So unfortunate. But if you guys have any questions or anything at all, like, please, like I said, it doesn't have to be about me. It doesn't have to be about music. It doesn't have to be about anything. Make me guess what you had for breakfast this morning. I don't know. Just any stupid, silly thing. Like, that's part of why I do these streams, is for people to come together and make new friends and just have a good time. Something to do on your Thursday night. And also, you know, ego adjacent, as I discussed before. I want people to see me and see what I'm doing. One of the things that I'm excited that I'm working on is a new music video script. I can't guarantee you that it'll see the light of day, but I have a script. I have some character designs. I have some ideas. So that's always exciting to come up with those things for sure. No, you guys have been absolutely stellar tonight. I love to have these streams like this where there's just a lot of engagement, and I guess moving forward, one thing I would like to see is more people engaging with each other. Like, and please, if you guys have a good time with these streams, if you come into this and you're like, wow, I had a good time, this is fun, or even if you don't, even if you're just like, wow, fuck that guy, he sucks, please share this, share it with your friends, your grandma's cat, aunts, uncles, friends, nieces, nephews, unborn children. Everybody will love this, I hope. That is the hope.
For my headset, I thought you said Jesus when you said nieces, and I was like, you could share with Jesus.
Or Jesus, yeah. My wife makes a good point. Share with Jesus. Aren't all of us sharing with Jesus right now, though? Actively. Dude, I still really want to play the Hodag Park show. Again, the management for that is super tough because at one point, I think it was ran through the courthouse, through the Parks and Rec department, and then somebody else told me it was ran through like City Hall, and I've heard like 15 different things of who runs that, and I just want to get in touch with them. I also really want to do the band shell, the Riverwalk band shell there. I was gonna do that at one point, but the person I was working with actually ended up retiring, and there was a new person that took it over. I was given their contact info, and I was actually ghosted. I have not heard back from them, and part of me wonders if they're scared. They hear the band name, they look up and see that I am some big leather makeup scary man, and they're just like, maybe not that guy, maybe not. But there's definitely a few local shows that I want to play. My friend John is recommended me to go out to Alaska. He sent me a couple of venues out there that I would love to play. The biggest thing that I think is going to be a challenge with that, I would love to do it, but is getting there with my equipment. The equipment is going to be the hardest part of that because for any of you guys who have not seen a show, I have foggers, lights, confetti cannons, strobes. I have all sorts of things that I bring to these shows because as a single musician, just as a singer playing a live show, I don't have the luxury of having, the drummer, the guitar player, the bass player to kind of fill out the stage and make it look good. So I have statues and other special effects. So I would definitely want to bring that show if I were to leave the immediate area. Because that's the thing, is I never want to half-ass anything that I do. I always want to whole-ass it. All ass. Hello, neighbor. But yeah, I mean, if it becomes viable, if this venue wants me and I can find a way to viably bring my gear out there, I would love to play Alaska. Any of you guys watching from other places that are not Wisconsin or not immediately like northern Wisconsin, like Rhinelander, let me know some venues. I'll try to book a show. I can't guarantee that it'll be a good show. I can't guarantee it'll be a show that you guys will want to see. But I guarantee I'll do my best. I'll do whatever I can to entertain you as much as I can. I've gotten really good at roasting myself mostly. That's a big one. Is just roasting myself is a lot of fun. Pretty much every show I do, I also find some person in the audience to give a hard time to, and not in a bad way. There was another band I played with. I played a show in Portage, Wisconsin in December, and the drummer of one of the bands there, So he loved my set. The Black Veil songs that I played, he was really jamming them. He knew the lyrics and stuff. He was actually like giving her, and I was very surprised. So I was like, man, I'm gonna walk into this venue, and everybody is just gonna like, oh man, like this guy, who the hell is this? And this guy was jamming out. And the one defining characteristic about this man is that he was wearing shorts in the middle of December. So we called him Shorts Guy. Because I mean, it wasn't just me. When I say we, I started Shorts Guy. I was like, man, like Shorts Guy, he gets it. Like this guy's having a great time. Like give it up for Shorts Guy. And the whole audience of the show was like, yeah, Shorts Guy. And in the group that I had come with, my friends and stuff who were there to support me directly, they also called him Shorts Guy the whole night, and he was a great sport about it. One of my really close friends, she gets really uncomfortable when I make jokes about my dead dad. I heckle her a lot at the shows. I have a skeleton statue that I have on stage, and I introduce him as my dad because my dad's become part of the crew now. And it's fun. It's all in good fun. My dad was my best friend. I will miss him dearly for the rest of my life. But he would also be mad if I didn't joke about it and make fun. So it's always a lot of fun to introduce my dad at shows to people. But you know, I always find everybody to give a hard time to. And again, it's never anything serious. It's just if you're having a really good time, I'll call you up. I'll be like, thank you so much for supporting me. Like let's give it up for that guy who's busting moves in the mosh pit. Like it's just stuff like that. Like good fun. So if you haven't seen my show, please consider coming to a show sometime. 9 out of 10 shows that I play are free. It's supporting local business for a lot of the shows that I play. And that's the thing, is if I can support local music I guess local music too. Local business as a business owner myself, I want to do that. So that's definitely something that I strive to do. I could charge more for these shows, or I could, do cover charges or this and that. But that just makes it hard for everybody who just wants to cut loose and enjoy live music. But has anybody thought of any fun and or just ridiculous questions to ask me before we decide to call it a night here? It's getting pretty close to that time that we call it a night. I also have to eat some din din because your boy is starving. No, and again, if you guys are typing or thinking or anything truly, thank you again for taking time out of your day to check out the live stream. I promised you guys last week that I would try to do a little bit longer one this week, and I did. We definitely got through a longer stream, and I'm super happy that you guys were here to hang out and have a good time with me. For those of you guys watching on Twitch, thank you for the Twitch subscription. It means a lot to me. With just getting a Twitch account set up, the biggest thing these guys look for to push your content or potentially get rated by groups of people is engagement. They want to see comments. They want to see views. They just want to see anything. So just by showing up, you guys have done a lot. So thank you. Did I get all the CDs signed? I have not yet, actually. I have 10 more to go. So the idea was that I was going to do the last 10 today, but you guys have been awesome tonight, and I've just had the most engagement that I've had that I totally forgot to even get to the record signing. My wife reminded me midway through. She did. She tried to remind me before I decided to try to call the stream quits. But I think it's going to be a lot more fun to save it for next week. I've just had way more fun conversing with everybody. I see Lovin' Up North. I see the name. I'm pretty sure I have seen the user before. May I just ask, who are you? it's most of these guys are people who know me, you know. So I see the cheap viewers stream boo thing. I am most certain that it is spam. In all honesty, you know, thanks for coming in and checking out the stream. But if we're okay, I thought so. I thought it was you, Jess, but you know, I'm an idiot. But thank you for coming and checking out the. I really appreciate you checking out the stream, but I want to earn my streams. Honestly, I want to earn all of my viewers. I want to show them that, you know, I have good music. You know, it's I truly, I just. Oh, look at that, Johnny Boy, the DM. That is a question, actually. Technically, it is a DM'd question, but it is a question. I don't know, man. Let me do some research and get back to you. That'll definitely be I sit down with the wife and we do some planning and some figuring for sure. But I'll get back to you with some solid information as soon as I have some solid information. But thank you again, privileged. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know. Thank you. Yes. No, on that note, with the I think it is time to call it a night. We're just shy of 1 hour of screen time, and we're actually over an hour from the countdown start to now. And I'm starving, and I got some packs to crack open, a wife to give some lovin' to, if she will accept my lovin's. Also animals to give lovin's to, because I don't know if you guys have met my dog, but she's fucking great. And my cat.
2 dogs.
My 2 dogs, they're fucking great. I have favorites. Everybody says they don't play favorites with their kids. You're lying. Lily, come here. Let's see if I can actually show you my dog. Come here. Come here. I think it's happening. Come here, baby. Yes. Oh my god. There's nothing people love more than a pooch. Oh, and Luna too. This is Lily. Say hello, baby. She is what is known as an American Corgi. Luna, will you let me show you to the people too? Come here. Oh, good girl. Oh, you're probably going to be a little bit more of a pain. Oh. And this lovely girl is Luna. Luna, I love her, but she's not the favorite dog. Yeah, those are my dogs. Their first stream debut. Better watch your shit. Jess says, they are. I still want to steal them. You can steal Luna.
No.
Wife says no. No, I do love them both. I joke a lot because if you're married and you don't give your significant other a hard time on a daily basis, you are not truly married. That is not a healthy marriage. Give your partner a mild stroke or heart attack sometimes. Make them question why they got with you, because that will make them love you more. And one of the things that I do that annoys her is my favoritism with the dogs. But if I have to be real with you guys, my cat I think is probably like my all-time favorite, because she was our first pet, and dude, that cat is just 10 out of 10. She's great. I would show you her, but she's being fat and sleeping somewhere, because that's just what she does. I love Hank, but I couldn't, because I know the dog that you'd probably want, and Hank is a good boy, but he's not worth a lily. No, that's one thing. I don't know what I would do without the dog. These pups are just, they're a staple to my business. They're a staple to my life and my business. A lot of people love to come into the store and see the dogs. But on that note, since I have introduced all of you lovely people to my pooches, sorry it was not my cat. I think we are out. Oh. It is. It is absolutely mandatory. It is one of those things that you just have to do in marriage. You have to give your significant other the hardest time ever. And I recommend Corgi. Corgis are like the best dog you can ever have. They will test your sanity and your patience sometimes, but they are amazing. But on that note, I definitely do have to get out of here. I could sit here and talk to you beautiful people all night long, but it do be that time. So again, as I always say, you guys take care of each other, be safe, give kindness to the world. If that person is walking into the gas station right behind you, don't slam the door in their face. Hold it open. Be a good person. Good shit comes to good people. But take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you soon.